It's Peaches here, and this is Peaches Pit Party, the podcast. A lot of puh sounds with that title. A replay of today's full show, which you can hear weekday afternoons live on KBAR 101. I hope you like what I have to say, and if not, well, then I'm sorry, not sorry. Enjoy. Well, it is Monday, November 4th, 2024. Tomorrow, Election Day. Make sure to go out and vote. If you haven't done so already, I made sure to vote early so that way I could avoid the line and all that tomorrow. Everybody last minute going to vote tomorrow. The early voting process was super easy. Make sure to go out and vote. Do your civic duty. Get that done. Get it done today if you can, really. But other than that, I hope you had a fantastic weekend. My weekend went by extremely fast. I spent most of the weekend redoing my apartment again. I felt it was needed for a change because I already rearranged the living room, made it the way that it is. I rearranged the kitchen a little bit, but I wanted to put my bed in the other bedroom and sort of have the big room be the bedroom, have the other room be where my PC would be. I set it up. Took me forever. I still got to hang up all the posters and all that, and it's a whole long process. And now that work is taking up most of my day and my brain power, that I'm sure that won't get done till like next weekend, really, because like I've said before, and I'll say it again, every single time I'm done here with the show, I just like to go home, lay in bed, maybe get food from somewhere along the way, talk to my friends on Discord, and then go to bed early, then repeat the cycle till it's Friday, and then work's done, and I'm ready for the weekend. And the weekend, I like to catch up on everything that I missed out on during the week. I forgot to do I did some laundry this weekend, but I didn't do all of it. I forgot to do some stuff around my place. So I'm hoping you were more productive than me. I had to move a bed frame, a dresser, a futon, all this giant stuff out one door into the other room. I don't know why I did that to myself. I think I hurt my back in the process. Getting old sucks. Okay, almost 30 is the new, 60 years old. Anyway, if you want to get a hold of me, 208-535-1015. That is the number to do so. Got some local H Spirit Box and more on the way here shortly. Don't go anywhere. It's KBAR 101. Idaho's only rock station, KBAR 101. There's that famous saying about the concept of randomness that suggests a monkey would eventually produce the complete works of Shakespeare if the monkey sat at a keyboard long enough. Well, two mathematicians in Australia, they have a lot more free time than they should. They decided, you know what, let's crunch the numbers, and concluded that it wouldn't happen ever. These math wizards went so far as to suggest that if all the monkeys in the world were given the entire lifespan of the universe, they would almost certainly never get the job done. The infinite monkey theorem just isn't true. The time it would take for a typing monkey to create Shakespeare's works would be longer than the lifespan of our universe. Essentially, monkeys be dumb. I don't know what were these mathematicians wanting to accomplish with this? Like maybe sometime it could happen. I'm talking about them right now in the news here. It's a dumb thing to actually think about. It's one of those conversations like you would have with your friends, just out of nowhere. A lot of dudes, like me and my friends on Discord, will ask the most random things and then actually try to figure it out. These guys, these two mathematicians, just have the brains to actually crunch the numbers. Meanwhile, my friends and I are just the guys that are like, hey, what if this could happen? That's cool. Why don't you be like Kai Cenat, Victor? Come on.
What does he do?
He is doing a mafia-thon. Like he's doing like a subathon thing on Twitch where he's streaming 24/7 starting November 1st, going for 30 days.
24/7. So he'll just film himself sleeping and stuff?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure he'll make a lot of money doing so.
You know, I think if you're going to do that, you have to film yourself doing everything. So he's going to have to bring the camera, into the bathroom and everything.
Do you really want to see that, though? That's against Twitch rules. Twitch has been almost doing worse than YouTube when it comes to their decision-making. Like, YouTube is wanting to get rid of the view counts and the release dates of when videos were uploaded, which is just downright bad because people were making examples of how bad that could look because there was a whole Liam Payne video titled I'm Back in all capital letters, and it's like, what if you saw that and didn't see the release date of it, and you just assumed it was recent?
That's weird.
Right. But, like, no, Kai Cenat already got swatted, like, a day or two into this thing, so he got banned for 2 days off of Twitch.
But what did he do, though?
somebody swatted him, so I don't know.
Why would they ban him
Again,
for that?
Twitch is just weird. So, yeah, Kai is now working with Twitch and local law enforcement to prevent any future issues.
Okay.
I mean, if you were a part of a SWAT team and you were told to go to some streamer's house, wouldn't you kind of already think there's something wrong with that? Like, I'm sure they're just told the address and told, hey, you got to go here. There's a particular situation coming up. This could be a great question for Lieutenant Crane.
Yeah, it could be.
If he knows anything about SWAT.
Yeah. You know, I mean, what I think is based on all the streamers I know, they're a bunch of weirdos. So lock them all up. Start with Andy Matter.
Oh, no, not Andy.
Sorry, Andy.
Andy's like the nicest guy ever.
No, let's take them all out, and then Twitch is wide open for me to take over.
You should definitely. Well, I mean, you didn't stream this weekend. You were supposed to.
I almost did, but I've been cleaning my house doing.
Yeah, I decided to download TikTok again myself.
I saw that you had followed me on TikTok.
You didn't follow me back. What's wrong with you? No.
I thought I clicked
Jade followed me back.
Well,
there's something wrong with that mic of yours. It's not picking up anything.
How about now?
There we go. That's better. It's still not as good.
What is the deal?
See, like, talk from to the side.
Okay.
Like, if I'm back here, this mic will still pick me up.
Yeah, but if I go back here, it gets quiet?
Yeah.
What's the problem? What if I stand over here? Is it better?
You're right in front of it, so that's why it sounds okay.
But I'm still right in front of it. You know, I moved it along with me.
Yeah, but like you were off to the side a little bit when you were first
tiny bit, but you're supposed to kind of talk to the side of the mic. So, what a piece of junk. This thing's junk. I guess I'll have to use that mic to record then.
Yes, yeah. Anyway, that was a break.
That was a break, and I didn't really want to see him sitting on the can, everybody. Settle down.
I like how in the radio prep here, it asks the question, what's your stance on speeding? Almost nobody goes exactly the speed limit ever, which is true. I try my best to do so. Sometimes I'll catch myself going like 3 above, and I'll go, okay, I'm about to be pulled over. I need to slow it down here. It wasn't until I got out here to Idaho that I got pulled over for going a little bit over the speed limit. And I'm talking about like a little bit over, not like drastically going over. There was one time I got so frustrated, I got pulled over in a 25 going 30. And for some reason, that was worth pulling me over for. 30 seems so slow. And on that street, it goes from 25 to 35. I was in that little gap where it's still 25, approaching the speed limit 35 sign. The cop got me right before. And I think 99% of the reason why he pulled me over was because I still had the California license plate. And he went, ooh, I don't like them Californians at all. I'll show this guy. Pulls me over, proceeds to give me the worst attitude ever, and then just hands me the ticket. And he's like, here you go. It's like, let's focus on the real criminals here, you know? I'm going 30 in a 25, and you get me for this. Versus somebody could be plotting to like rob a store or something like that. Focus on those people. Type of situation there. What's your stance on speeding? It's like, clearly don't do it. Don't be like me and go 30 into 25. If you see the sign that says 25, go 25. This right here is your Shot Clock Sports Update. Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts and running back Saquon Barkley got to hang out with Barack Obama last week on a golf course in Pennsylvania, but only Barkley was able to play against the former president. Hurts told reporters that his contract with the Eagles doesn't allow him to swing a golf club. Hurts did admit that he talked a little trash about Obama's golf game, even though he couldn't play. The NCAA men's basketball schedule kicks off today, and Vanderbilt has a roster unlike any in Division I. Their official roster lists all 18 players as point guards, even though there are multiple power forwards and centers playing for the team. New head coach Mark Byington has said that he wants multiple players on his team to think and act like point guards, and it seems part of that process is listing everyone as a point guard. We'll see how that turns out for that team. Boston Celtics coach, their head coach Joe Mazzulla, would love to see the NBA take a couple of pages from the National Hockey League. Mazzulla would love to see a basketball equivalent of a power play. He said on a technical, you have to play 5-on-4 for 5 seconds or 3 passes. Instead of taking the ball out on the side, if you commit a foul, the guy goes to the other side of half court, and he can't leave the half court circle until like 3 seconds. The other thing he wants to borrow from the National Hockey League, fighting. I am all for that. Please. The coach said, I mean, if you want to talk about robbing the league of entertainment, what's more entertaining than a little scuffle? How come in baseball they're allowed to clear the benches? How come in hockey they're allowed to? I would love to see more fighting on the basketball court. That would be awesome to see 2 7-footers going at it. Hockey fights are a little weird anyway because they essentially just grab the jersey of the other player, try putting it over the player's head, and then start punching. I want to see full-on fist fights in NBA basketball. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. K-Bear 101, imagine if you could just zap away your sleepless nights with a handheld device. It could soon be a reality. Researchers at the University of Arizona, they are currently developing a gadget that uses magnetic pulses to quiet all those thoughts that keep you awake. The device targets the brain's default mode network, the DMN, which was responsible for all internal chatter. In just 40 seconds, it sends rapid magnetic bursts to specific brain regions, effectively silencing the noise and helping you drift off to sleep. No drugs, no invasive treatments, just a zap and you're in dreamland. Something's bound to go wrong here. Something is. I would love this device if it was 100% working and safe to use. My brain goes absolutely crazy right as I'm about to fall asleep. I think of the most random things. I think about the worst scenarios I have ever been through, the most embarrassing, the most awkward, whatever it may be. It pops up in my head, and I wish this device was just available commercially. Maybe we'll wait a few years and finally be able to use it, and I could just fall asleep peacefully. Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101, Idaho's only rock station. All the talk online, especially on Twitter, has been about Peanut the Squirrel. I should have brought this up during the beginning part of the show. This Peanut the Squirrel, I unfortunately did not hear about Peanut till after Peanut passed away. He had gained internet fame, and I guess he was real popular amongst the people. But then what I got over the weekend was supposedly somebody in Texas reported to the city of New York that somebody illegally had a squirrel as a pet, and that pet should be taken away due to rabies concerns. And so the city of New York infiltrated this guy's house, Mark Longo, took the squirrel and euthanized the squirrel. In the state of New York, the only way to legally rescue squirrels is to become a licensed wildlife rehabilitator, which I'm assuming Longo was not a part of. He said, we were ready to comply. We were ready to get the paperwork. We were in the process of doing that. He does plan on taking legal action over the matter. Now, the problem is that on Twitter, they were pointing out some random lady, I believe her name was Monica. They were pointing her out as the reason why Peanut is now gone. And they were sharing her full name, her picture. They said that like her Facebook profile, every single one of her social media accounts was wiped off the internet for her safety. That is just what I saw on Twitter. Do I believe Twitter? Absolutely not. Twitter has turned so bad. I was on it and I couldn't believe how bad it has turned as of late. And it seems to be getting worse and worse. Like the replies don't make any sense. There's bots everywhere. There's random people spewing off language I haven't seen in many years that I'm shocked they're putting out there online to begin with. And of course, there have been a lot of people who have turned this thing out downright political about poor Peanut the Squirrel, saying that, it's a whole Trump thing. And I don't want to get into that, but it's crazy with how when election day gets closer and closer and closer, which, by the way, tomorrow is election day. Make sure to go out and vote if you haven't done so already. It's amazing to me how many people will just turn something political that's absolutely not. Rest in peace, overall, to Peanut the Squirrel. Well, thousands of Irish attendees were deceived by an AI-generated website that promised what is this called? A Machness Halloween parade. However, no such parade took place on Halloween night. Excited would-be parade goers showed up in Dublin after the website My Spirit Halloween said the event would start near Parnell Street in the city center. The Dublin police force put out a notice that evening. Please be advised that, contrary to information being circulated online, no Halloween parade is scheduled to take place in Dublin City Center this evening or tonight. The website appears to have removed the listing since Halloween night. Now, this could be the start of something really cool if they decide, you know what, let's actually do something about this. Let's actually start a parade based off of this fake website. You know, on Facebook, you see boomers falling for AI-generated images all the time. Pretty soon, AI is going to be so good that everybody will be falling for AI-generated things, and we'll have to play this mystery of like, we'll have to solve the mystery of like, is this AI-generated or not? Right now, I'm seeing a lot of these videos online of people who have just, they look like they just got a haircut, and it'll show them, and then a knife goes towards their face, and then you see everyone go, your initial reaction is to go, but it's honestly like they use AI software to edit that face and somehow, some way turn that person's face into cake. So the knife just cuts into their face and a slice of cake gets pulled out of it. It's quite frightening, to be quite honest. Idaho's only rock station, K-Bear 101. Which airports should you skip if you're trying to avoid the long wait times? Idaho Falls Regional, one of the best in the nation, just because of how minimal you have to go through in order to make it to the gate or to make it to where you need to go. Love going through Idaho Falls Regional. I do not miss LAX at all. I don't miss Long Beach. John Wayne in California and Santa Ana is not too bad, but which airports should you skip if you're trying to avoid the long wait times? Last Thanksgiving, travelers at Miami International Airport waited up to almost an hour, 54 minutes to get through security. Los Angeles international travelers spent up to 53.6 minutes in line, and JFK flyers waited up to 53.2. So they're all three of those are very close to one another. JFK is by far the most confusing airport I have ever been through. There's a maze of different trains that you have to use in order to get out of the airport itself. Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport had the highest percentage of delayed flights, with 21% of travels leaving behind schedule. There's a particular airlines that I use that I don't necessarily want to name on the air, but it's pretty obvious which one I'm talking about, that I use to go directly from Idaho Falls back to Santa Ana to go meet my parents there. They drive me back to Seal Beach, or I get a rental car and drive myself to Seal Beach, which is not too far away from Santa Ana, California. But every single time I use that airline, something's bound to be wrong with it, whether it's canceled or it's delayed in some way. There's something wrong with the plane. The last flight that I was on with them, oh man, it was something along the lines of like, our engine's acting weird, which is, that's, you never want to hear that when you're about to take off and you have your mind set and ready to go for vacation mode. You're ready to just relax, and reality hits. The pilot over the speaker goes, "Hey, we're having some engine issues. We're going to have to pull back into the gate here and see what's wrong." And turns out on that flight, there was nothing actually wrong. The program just needed to be reset, but we were delayed by like an hour. And I have a tough time as it is sitting in one of those airplane seats for long periods of time because they're so small, so cramped. If I get a leg cramp, it's over for everybody around me. I'm going to be kicking my leg out. I might knock somebody out in the process by complete accident, but a leg cramp sucks. A leg cramp's a leg cramp. I wish this airline would keep track of their bigger, loyal passengers and just decide to put me in the aisle seat. So that way, if I do get a leg cramp, which is my absolute worst nightmare on a plane, I can just kick my leg out into the aisle while nobody's there, of course, and relieve the leg cramp. K-Bear 101, it was very weird to see Sleep Token open up for Linkin Park over in Paris. I believe that show happened on Saturday or Sunday night. It happened over the weekend. Sleep Token only played 7 songs in total. That was it. If I were a giant Sleep Token fan and I saw they were opening up for Linkin Park, I would want like equal sets. But I can't be picky because that's how the show is going to go. That's what they chose to do. And I would just be excited to see Sleep Token and Linkin Park in one night. You can say, well, it's technically not Linkin Park. It's what we got. All right. There's no way we can bring back Chester. That Linkin Park is done and over with. We need to move on. And this new Linkin Park is not so bad, in my opinion. For some reason, a lot of people are hating on those people, hating on Emily Armstrong. I feel bad for the poor lady because she's trying her absolute hardest out there on stage. She can sing very well, and there are people just dogging on her online all the time. It'd be terrible to be her. So I'm hoping that she's staying off the internet. And now I'm seeing over in Europe, well, we talked about it prior, but now they're heading on to the official tour. Sleep Token and Bilmuri in one night. How cool is that? Sleep Token as the main act. You got Bilmuri opening up for Sleep Token, which I'm not going to be mean to the Sleep Token fans. they're only into Sleep Token. Most of them discovered Sleep Token in some way. They don't really pay attention to rock. They just like Sleep Token because they're Sleep Token. The sounds of their songs are different. So they're going to see Bilmuri on stage and be like, what on earth is this? And maybe they'll end up liking it. Maybe they end up hating it. I know Viktor said that when Sleep Token had another band that I can't even say the full name of on the air, Empire State, insert another word here, was opening up for them. People were hating on those guys because they were incredibly heavy compared to Sleep Token. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of those Sleep Token fans, they only like Sleep Token for their pop elements. They're not necessarily into rock or metal. And so it's going to be really funny to see the reactions of people over in the UK, over in Europe, reacting to Bilmuri on stage. Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101, Idaho's only rock station. You ever been fired from a certain job and you want to act out in revenge? This former Walt Disney World employee, she's being accused of hacking servers to change menus after being fired. Changes included altering prices, adding profanities, changing allergen information. Disney caught the menu changes before sending them out to restaurants. The media and entertainment conglomerate claims that the attack cost at least $150,000 in addition to the potentially fatal consequences depending on the severity of the customer's allergies. Luckily, they caught that part. I thought it was all fun and games till they mentioned the whole customer's allergies thing or the allergy information thing. I would have loved to see them just act out to the prices, because I wonder what the person did to the prices that made it so crazy. Because the prices over at Disneyland and Disney World are always nuts. It's always extremely expensive over there. Adding profanities. I wish there was a picture of the menu online, but I'm sure they kept that top secret. The suspect is currently being held in jail. He was let go last June from his position as menu production manager. That's a very unique position to be let go from. I wonder why he was fired from that job. Was he not producing the menu properly back then and said, you know what, now I'm really going to screw with it? I mean, last June, and he didn't get in trouble till now, or he didn't try to retaliate to Disney till now. It's November. I wonder if this happened back then, and then he got caught, and then it went to trial, and all that months later. Still, I mean, it's a funny thing to do. I wish Disney released the menus he decided to alter. It'd be funny to see that. Well, a couple of new homeowners in France moved into their new house and were immediately put into a plot of a mid-horror movie. Soon after the couple moved in, they started renovating the old house, and that's when they discovered a human skeleton in the attic, which authorities believe is likely the decomposed body of a former owner who mysteriously disappeared 15 years ago. Investigators say a corpse reduced to a skeleton was found on Saturday afternoon, adding that the remains were found in a difficult-to-access spot under the roof whose entrance was almost hidden. Imagine seeing that for the first time. If somebody was recording them just renovating, they're moving up to the attic area, they see this like skeleton, like, oh, this must be a Halloween prop, and then they look closer, and it's like, oh, this is definitely a real person. The couple bought the house last year after the widow of the owner passed away. Her 81-year-old husband vanished in 2009, remained missing until his body was found. Authorities are investigating the cause of death, but believe it was likely a suicide scenario. Very unfortunate there. Did they contact her? Did the real estate agent have to contact the widow and be like, well, we found your husband. He was in the attic this entire time. Do you want his body? So for a proper burial? We'll do a quick dead husband drop-off. Where are you currently at? Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101, Idaho's only rock station. I can't believe I'm just now talking about this. I should have talked about it during the 2 p.m. hour. I was thinking about it, talking about it with my friends over the weekend. The band Alpha Wolf, their lead singer, I don't know how you say his name. Is it Loki? Lachi? I don't know. I believe it's just Loki. Well, something went down at the concert of the Alpha Wolf concert that took place October 30th at the Warfield in San Francisco. Now, Alpha Wolf is currently on tour with Dayseeker, Catch Your Breath, Kingdom of Giants. Here's what I heard, and here's what I've read from Loudwire, is that during Alpha Wolf's set, the lead singer Loki accused the venue staff of mistreating all of the bands on the bill throughout the day. The publication further pointed out that the vocalist's frustration may have also been prompted by some crowd surfers who were injured during their performance. Now, what I heard is that one crowd surfer was not caught by a security guard. Says here that Loki grabbed this is after, so here, let me restart this. The crowd surfer was crowd surfing and then fell to the floor, and usually there's a security guard there ready to catch you, put you down safely. You then go back out into the audience. Well, one of the security guards failed to do that, which caused this guy to fall, get a laceration on his head, sprain his ankle. Well, Loki, the lead singer of Alpha Wolf, saw this happen and grabbed a knit hat off of one of the security guards and tossed it onto the stage. Well, then that security guard got all mad and then grabbed the singer by his ankle and pulled him off the stage riser. A piece of stage lighting was damaged as a result of the impact. After witnessing what had happened, the Alpha Wolf guitarist Sabian Lynch reportedly launched his instrument at the guard, and then a confrontation took place between the musicians and the security. The music was abruptly cut. The venue lights were turned on. Safe to say that they didn't perform after that, and I wonder what exactly will happen. Loudwire had a little thing here about the crowd surfer speaking out. A fan named Andrew Trin, who attended the show, shared a video on social media of Alpha Wolf arguing with the security guards from over the barricade. He had apparently crowd surfed during the song Akudama and was dropped on his head by the security guard. So I wonder exactly what is going to happen. Like, is the band now going to sue the venue for the security guard for hurting them? Is the security guard going to sue the band for the guitarist throwing his instrument and overall the lead singer just taking his hat and harassing him? I don't know. This would make a great thing to ask Lieutenant Crane when he comes in for traffic school powered by the Advocates Friday morning, which, by the way, Viktor is going to be out for, and I'll be the one hosting it. So I'll definitely note this on the computer here and save it for this Friday, see what Lieutenant Crane would do in that situation. Well, here we go. It is time for To Peach Their Own, and this might be one of the more intense questions I have ever asked for this feature. I hope you're ready for this. It's one that we talked about on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem powered by Jalisco's. I saw it on Ask Reddit. Went, that should be a good, enticing question for the feature. You ready for this? If you had a duck, what would you name it? I said autocorrect. Just because you know what happens when you type in a certain word and it automatically changes to duck, which, by the way, doesn't happen anymore. Apple was like, yeah, we're going to get rid of that. Finally, a lot of people being unoriginal and saying Howard because of Howard the Duck. I want to see what creative names you could come up with if you had a pet duck. What would you name it? 208-535-1015 for To Peach Their Own. Come on, call in. Give me your answer. All right, let's see what duck names people are going to come up with here. Hey, K-Bear, if you had a pet duck, what would you name it?
Daffy.
Just Daffy? That's unoriginal. Come on.
Oh, well.
I'm just kidding. That's okay. I appreciate it.
I can come up with some other stuff.
Quacker Oats. How about
you
that?
You wouldn't be able to play that.
Oh.
You know, you wouldn't be able.
There's a lot of names
yeah,
you can come up with.
Daffy Duck, man. Or
how about you throw everybody off and you just say Sylvester?
Well, no, that was a cat, and he looked like a skunk.
Yeah, you can just throw it off. How about Porky instead? You're just like, you know what, Porky the Duck, because who cares?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Well, I have a niece. I have a frog in my aquarium, and my niece named it Fishy.
That's pretty creative. I like that.
Yeah. She's only like 3 years old. She's starting to talk, so it's fun.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you for the name there. I appreciate it.
Right on, man. Groovy. Stay cool.
You as well. K-Bear, what would you name your pet duck if you had one?
Okay, I think you're going to like this one. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Uncle Quacker.
Yeah, fantastic.
Have you had that one yet?
No, I just had Daffy, and I was thinking more so like, hey, you know what? Let's be more creative with this. And I came up with Quacker Oats.
Oh, there you go. See, now we're on the same page. I was like, how can we do something Quacker that's like PG related that could go on the stereo, you know? And I think Uncle Quacker works. I like it.
You have to play exclusively Uncle Quacker songs to the duck, until it learns to become a fan of Uncle Cracker.
Oh, absolutely. It's part of the training, you know?
Definitely. I like the name there. Thank you very much for that answer. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. You have a wonderful day, Peaches.
Hey, you as well. If you have a pet duck, or if you had a pet duck, what would you name it? 208-535-1015. That is today's question for To Peach Their Own. Hey, if you had a pet duck, what would you name it?
I would name it Quack.
Just straight up Quack.
Yep.
How about Smoke and Quack?
Ah, there you go. That would work. I like that. Good idea.
I'm trying to come up with different ways to put Quack into like a phrase, and then just, it's almost like what I do with Peach. Freedom of Peach.
Right.
War and Peach. To Peach Their Own.
Yep, I like it.
Hey, K-Bear, if you had a pet duck, what would you name it?
I was thinking like Buster Quack.
Okay.
Or, that's not bad, right?
No, that's not bad at all.
Right on, man.
Hey, appreciate it. I would say maybe something like Free Bread, too. Be funny, just yelling Free Bread. You're yelling for the duck. So stupid. What a dumb question today. Hey, I appreciate you, though. Thank you.
Yep.
K-Bear, how's it going?
Fine for a stupid question.
I'll name my duck Crazy Jay. Who cares?
Okay, I got a name for you.
Yeah?
Mr. Duck.
Just Mr. Duck. All right. Very creative there, Crazy Jay. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoy the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.